What's going on, guys? Big up the HECZ here, coming at you with a game of free-for-all. The map is Terrorist. The game is Advanced Warfare, and I said Advanced a little bit weird. It's Advanced Warfare. Let's get going. I wanted to let you guys know my feelings, my thoughts on everything that's going on, except for roster changes. So that's the last thing I'll say about that. Anyway, so here we are using the MRS or the Morse. It's the Tumbler, I believe. It is one of the weapons that I unlocked in one of the care packages or supply drops that I got. Typically, I get very excited when I die and I get one of those, and I guess it's kind of what they always do, right? They tend to reward the weak, and yes, I just call myself weak because I died, but I don't know. It doesn't bother me as much as it did before. Like, death streaks was something that just irked me, like, to no end. It was one of those things where I legitimately just hated the fact that people got rewarded, let's say a painkiller counter for being bad, right? At least here, they give you something that will help you for the next game, right? It doesn't help you immediately on the first game, so that's a plus, and I certainly appreciate that. One of the things that I wanted to complain about before I start going with the lovey-dovey, how much I am enjoying this game and how much I can't wait to play some Ultimate of Optic matches, I have to say that the Ironsight on this is a little bit weird, and I don't know if I'll be able to explain it I'll just explain it. Hopefully you guys are smart enough to follow along. I'm just kidding. I know you guys are. So when you aim down sights with a regular weapon, and I'm talking about any machine gun or any submachine gun, any pistol that doesn't have a scope in it, there's absolutely no sway in it, right? So grab your BAL, right, or grab any other machine gun that you have. Take off all the attachments. Take off the red dot, the ACOG, whatever it is you have, take it off and just use the iron sights. Aim down sights and hold down your left trigger, and you're gonna see absolutely no movement, right? I think that when they made when they made the sniper, or when they were making the weapon itself, they forgot to take out something in the algorithm or in the coding that still kept the iron sight swaying the way the scope would sway. So obviously we understand that for the longest time that there has been this like crazy campaign to stop quick scoping, and I get it. You know, I myself get a little bit annoyed at times when there's like a room full of just like sniper people, and then they're whatever. I sometimes get annoyed as well. So I get it. I get why they did it. But so in an attempt to do that, what they've done is that every single iterations of Call of Duty since Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 has had a little bit of an extra sway added to the scope. And the reason that happens is obviously to make sure that some of the stuff that is currently being done in games isn't that much. Yes, a one-shot kill, and I'm not going to go into debates on why I think that, you know, sniper rifle should be a one-shot kill, right? All I'll say is that one shot every 3 seconds as opposed to 15 shots every 3 seconds. That's all I'll say. But anyway, so ever since then, that's been the thing, right? So I think that the weapons guy at Sledgehammer, and correct me if I'm wrong, okay? You guys have my phone number. Correct me if I'm wrong. But when you aim down sights with the iron sight, it moves. It sways. It moves like it's never moved before in any other iteration of Call of Duty, not even Black Ops, not even anything. So unless you're in a complete drag scope, or unless, and I'm saying drag scope with the sole intent of describing the dragging of your crosshairs onto your enemy, you're really not gonna have as much of an opportunity to shoot and quick scope in a sense. Without it, right? Because when you aim down sights and you hold it down, it sways. It does a little half moon swoop, and then it stabilizes a little bit, but not before it makes those awkward movements. Where in the past and with regular weapons, it never does that because it's an iron sight. Now I understand again that if you're zoomed in, and it makes sense, right? If you're zoomed in, you're gonna have like sway because you're gonna take your breath into account. You're gonna take the movement of your body as you're breathing in and out, and that's why holding down on your joystick, you know, stops your breathing and then does the 3-second countdown or the heartbeat that it does before you're able to shoot. But that's never been the case with an iron sight. Like, so I think that it was either a mess up on their part or maybe it was deliberate. I truly couldn't tell you, and I'll wait to hopefully see somebody from Sledgehammer to see it, maybe the weapons guy, or maybe I'll just hit up Guy Beam, aka Dr. Disrespect, the truth, and see what the thoughts were behind there. Maybe I'll shoot him an email and see what's up, because again, I don't know if it's a mistake or it was meant to be. Either way, it is what it is. So that's my complaint, and I know I spent a couple of minutes on that. So that's about it. Now, as far as the game, the movement, and everything else, it's so revolutionizing, guys. Like, and I understand that, and I'm talking about it revolutionizes Call of Duty. I'm not saying that it revolutionizes first-person shooters. Obviously, we've had jetpacks in the past. We've had, obviously we have Destiny, we have Titanfall, rest in peace, and we have. What do you call it? Halo, right? That have those super long extra jumps that it is. Good news. Obviously, the hit markers are back, as you're seeing nonstop in this video. But yeah, it's not revolutionizing against the FPS genre in a sense, in the whole mobility and the verticality of the amount of movement that has it. Although it is very, very different to what you have seen in the past. It is an absolute improvement, in my opinion. I sometimes sit here and wonder, as I'm playing the game, how are we going to go back to regular gaming? How are we going to go back to regular Call of Duty without the verticality, without having this option to jump up and down? Because I gotta tell you, it literally changes everything. People that are on low sensitivities are gonna have a harder time being able to to look above you as somebody jetpacks above you, or exoskeleton. I don't even know what it's called. So and it moves around. So I see the difference, right? I see the skill gap that is definitely being developed as the game progresses and the game goes along. Because I thought I was doing amazing, right? But then when I started seeing the competitive matches, when I started seeing the esports matches, I started seeing the different positions, the different scenarios where you are literally gonna be at a disadvantage if you're playing against a much better player. And this happens in pubs, right? It happens in pubs matches as well. I took off a day because I went to LA to do some stuff, and then I came back, and the game had progressed so quickly and so fast, and the players had adapted to the movement of the new stuff so much that it put me at a disadvantage, because I was not at the level of knowledge of movement that your soldier or your exoskeleton can provide for you, right? The evasive maneuvers that it takes for you to do several things is just amazing. And I think that if anything, right, if worse comes to, I'm stuck here, but if worse comes to worse, right, if we continue to do this, right, if you think about the year that we had to endure with Call of Duty Ghost and how bad it was, in a sense, I had fun playing it, so I guess I don't apply to the few or the majority that really hated Ghosts, because I really did have fun playing it. But if we were able to have, as Call of Duty and as a community, as esports, as whatever it is, we were still able to have a period of growth, right? That we had in the last year. I have nothing but high hopes to what we're going to be able to accomplish with a game that, one, is fresh, new, right? Is fresh. It's not only fresh, it's not only new, but it legitimately adds value and adds excitement. Obviously, not some of the game modes are still up in the air about whether or not we would use it. Uplink being one of the main ones. Momentum definitely can't be a part of esports, simply because it'll end in draws, and it'll just be hour-long matches, and usually tournament organizers already run late with the matches that they run. So imagine if you add a game mode like Momentum, players aren't going to be playing until who knows, midnight, I guess. But as far as the weapons go, and as far as the exoskeleton movement and all that, I think that we're going to have an amazing, exciting year in competitive gaming and in content production as well, right? The amount of stuff that you're going to be able to experience, and the amount of stuff that we're going to be able to experience as players, as casual players mostly, right? Because, as much as I like to consider myself a fanatic and an super avid fan, obviously because my business revolves around, esports, as much as I consider myself an esports enthusiast for Call of Duty, I'm also a casual player. I don't compete. Yeah, I play game battles matches with the Ultimate of Optic, and that's as far as I'll go and dive into the esports side of things. But as a casual player, a person that plays public matches every single day, I think that we're going to have an amazing time, and I expect to see nothing but growth this year. Again, this is the honeymoon period. We just got into the game. We just got it, so of course it's going to be one of those things where, of course, you like it. It's fresh. It's new. It's your brand new girlfriend, right? So you're definitely going to have fun with it. So we'll see how it goes. If anything, I guess I'll touch back on this video later on in the season. Let's say 6 months down the line, when talks of the new games are gonna start coming out and whatever. What we're trying to do here, though, is to look towards the future. I think that with this game, we're going to be amazing, and this will be like the perfect time or the perfect game to catapult us into the next game. And I know it's too soon to talk about the next game, but it is what it is. Until next time, guys, as always, this has been HECZ. I'm out. Don't forget to leave a like.